Hi guys, my name is Emily. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something that I haven't done before, but I think because I shared with you my goals, both reading and personal for this year, it kind of makes sense to share some of my favorite things from the month of January that pertain to those goals. I'm going to start with the books because this is a booktube channel. So my favorite book from the month of January is actually an arc of Tempests and Slaughter, which I do not have because I borrowed from a friend. It was great. I have like a spoiler-free first thoughts video on it. I will link down below, but it was so incredibly exciting to have access to that book and to get to step into Tamora Pierce's world again. And I'm just so excited to read the rest of the works because one of my goals for this year is to read every single one of Tamora Pierce's works in publication order. Super excited for Tempests and Slaughter. It comes out in February. And that was, I think, my favorite read of January. My next favorite thing, which is sort of a combination of things. So one of my goals is to learn German because it's the common language that all of my grandparents shared, and as a kid, I understood it really well, but I could never make it come out of my mouth. I was never able to speak it, and I've slowly been losing that as people keep dying and moving away. So, goal for this year is to learn German. So I have been using Duolingo, I have been watching the YouTube channel Deutsch für euch, and I have been consuming German media. I have watched two things. So I have watched Center of My World, which is a queer young adult novel that was adapted into this film not that long ago, and this is just a really beautiful, cute story. It's a coming-of-age narrative for Phil, who is gay and who falls in love with Nicholas. It's beautiful. Phil has a really unconventional, unsettled family life, and I really, really enjoyed this. So the first time I watched it online. I streamed it online for free, and that was without subtitles, which was an interesting experiment in testing how much language I actually understand. There were a couple of scenes that I sort of missed the nuance of, but in general, I was happy that I got the basics of what was going on. Then I bought this and I watched it with the subtitles so that I got what's going on fully, and I do plan on watching it a third time with the German subtitles so that now that I know what's happening, I can read the words, because something I'm finding with watching German content in German is that some of the words that aren't part of my vocab just sort of blur together into this thing of confusion. Basically anything that grandparents wouldn't talk to children about is sort of outside of my vocabulary, so like sex, abuse, anything sort of fantastic or supernatural, because I will get into my second favorite thing in a minute, which is more like a fantasy horror thing. Anything that is in that sort of bracket is not a part of my vocabulary. It's not like everyday conversational German. I have been really enjoying consuming these things multiple times in German with English subtitles and then in German with German subtitles, and I'm finding that's helpful for just hearing the pronunciation again, for hearing the way things are phrased and the way things are put together, because word order isn't exactly the same as in English. One of my biggest problems is not the lack of vocabulary, it's putting it into a natural sounding sentence, because I'm translating the sentence in English into German, which results in a garbage nonsense sentence. And a lot of the times if you translate German literally back to English, you end up sounding like Yoda. So it's been a little bit of a learning curve, but I've been having so much fun, and one of the things that I am truly enjoying right now is watching Dark on Netflix. So Dark is Netflix's first German show. I've been watching a lot of interviews and stuff with the cast, and people are really super duper excited about Netflix having a German show. I would say it's sort of comparable to Stranger Things. There's a little bit of playing going on with time happening, like a repetition of events, and there's sort of a mystery thriller thing happening. Watching the first episode was absolutely horrifying and fantastic. I was watching it in my room all alone. This really intense thing happened and I was just screaming at Jonas on the screen. It was so good. And that is nice because the television show really focuses on young people again. So I'm hearing a lot of contemporary slang. When you learn from either books or apps, particularly the Duolingo app, is great for building a vocabulary, but not great for building sentences. I don't know why you would ever need to say the sentence, "the bear eats the banana." Not a useful sentence. So hearing young people speak and greet each other and talk about school and talk about their friends is so much more helpful. So favorite for this month is sort of a combination of everything. Learning German. I love learning new things. It's been a like really fun daily challenge to try and do something with German every day, whether that's Duolingo or watching a television episode or watching some German interviews with the casts of these things. Learning something every day has been super fun. And then on top of that, I have really enjoyed the two things that I picked up, which were the film and then the television show on Netflix. So overall, super fun favorite experience, and I can't wait to continue. Like, it's great. It's awesome. So one of the things that I have really been enjoying this month has been bullet journaling. So I initially started a bullet journal back when my agenda ran out in like June. And I was like, I don't want to buy another one of those weird like halvesy journals. I'll just buy one in January. But it's actually been so much fun to do the bullet journaling thing, and it's been a learning curve too. I have some pretty hideous things that like started out like I just used to make lists and like put the date and then do everything that I wanted for that date. And then I started to try and make it a little more attractive. It's been fun, and so I think, again, I've gotten a little bit better and I really enjoy my February spread. I don't know, it's nice to have a place to put all of these notes because, I don't know, for the past year I've been feeling really disorganized. And I've actually been writing a lot more. Like, I've been leaving sections after the end of my, like, each weekly spread I'll leave room for, and then I'll start like a journal or like a good things from the month list. It's been fun to sort of combine journaling and planning all in one thing, so I've been really enjoying delving into bullet journaling. And part of that has led me to a new appreciation of pens and writing utensils, because not every pen is nice on this Leuchtturm bullet journal paper. So I have been really enjoying the FriXion pens, which are a refillable pen with an eraser on the end. First of all, they're erasable, which is great because I make mistakes, but also my work schedule changes sometimes. And so it's annoying when you have this spread that you've worked on in your bullet journal and you've written in like the micron pens and then you have to use whiteout and it never looks nice. These just erase, which is great. So new appreciation for them. And then they're refillable, so you can buy inks in whatever color you want and just sort of play around with them. I like the quality of the ink. This has been a new favorite throughout January. Sort of going along the lines with the bullet journal thing has been some stationery. These always seemed too nice to use in books, but I'm so much more willing to use like expensive cute flags in my bullet journal, because like you can just easily use these to make a really pretty header. And then a really silly thing that I actually got for free. So this is from a roofing company, but it is a little box. It's a cardboard box. Everything in it is recyclable, and it has a little pocket for a ruler, and it has a whole bunch of sticky notes in different colors and a pen. And so this has been really fun to just take everywhere, not only for bullet journaling, for planning, for reading, because you have different size flags, you have the pen, you have the ruler, it's just everything all nice and in one place, and I don't need a pencil case, but I have been loving this. So I work for Indigo, which is a Canadian book retail chain, and Indigo is also into gifts, which include reading socks. When I first started, I was like, this is stupid. Why do you need different socks for reading? Who is gonna pay $35 for socks? And the answer is not me, because I have bought all of these on sale with my employee discount. But I absolutely love them. They are huge. They go up to just below my knee. They are adorable, and they are fleece or Sherpa lined so that your feet stay super warm. So they're like wearing slippers. Totally not sponsored by Indigo. Also, if you are a woman with size like 7 feet or smaller, the children's 9 to 12 socks totally fit. They don't come up as high, but they are big enough in the foot. And then you can also get sort of unreasonably silly children's socks to wear. Look at how silly that is. Yeah, so I have been really enjoying the reading socks. Totally converted. I've got them on my feet right now. Another thing has been sort of an experience. So I have this, it's like a laptop desk, but what I've been doing is putting it on my bed, and I have been using this teapot. I have been enjoying drinking this slowly over like an hour out of my I eat books for breakfast mug. And the tea that I sort of picked up on a whim that I have been loving is Lemon Pound Cake by David's Tea. Normally, I don't really like teas that are not green teas or black teas. It is actually like lemon pound cake, which is something that I have yet to recreate in a gluten-free format. And so this is what it looks like. It is a loose leaf, and so you've got like the little lemon pieces, you've got the lemon rinds, and then you've got the little actual tea leaves, the oolong leaves. That tea has been so good. It's like a little desserty treat with a little kick of caffeine, and the whole experience of like making a tea time and having sort of a quiet self-care reflective time to like drink tea and bullet journal, drink tea and read, drink tea and listen to a podcast. That has been wonderful. The final favorite thing has been building my Harry Potter feature wall, which is out of shot. Let me get you off the tripod here. So I have been thinking about this for a while now. I bought these shelves, these little floating shelves from IKEA. We have similar ones at work right now, post-reno, but I really liked that these have the little groove in them to help keep things up, and it has a little lip. And I actually had them sitting around for a while before I finally got my dad to come in and hang them and like level them. And I love how they look. I love being able to look at these beautiful objects because, I mean, clearly the illustrated books and these like big collector editions are meant to be looked at. They're not meant to be like filed in a bookshelf where you only see the spines. So setting this up, it's a nice background for my videos, and it's also a nice way to look at these objects and to be inspired to pick up these objects occasionally and flip through them and like read a Harry Potter chapter here and there. So that concludes my January favorites. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you liked this, if you would like to see this again in February. So thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye!